Hey everybody, welcome to Hashtag Pastor Besties. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Melissa.
And this is our special guest, Megan Thompson, the Right Reverend Megan Thompson. And she is with us today to discuss clergy fashion. Woo! Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a pastor. I serve two churches, so I get to ride the circuit the old-fashioned way.
Without the horses?
Oh. Without the horse. I think that would be
Unicorns?
much cooler. Ooh, even better. Right? Then my daughter would come with me every Sunday.
Yeah, I would come with you.
Everyone. We'd have a trail behind the unicorn.
Yes.
A rainbow trail.
Rainbow glitter.
Yes. So cool.
So anyway, we're talking today about clergy fashion, particularly women clergy fashion.
Because as clergy women, we are professional. We have a professional
Believe it or
education.
not, contrary to what this show would ever teach you about being a clergy woman.
I am so professional. I can't even say it. But we are professional. We're professional women. We are people who have a professional education, credentials, etc. And so thinking about what you wear as a professional woman is sometimes there's a challenge in that. Like, what do you wear?
Hard.
Yes.
Because so when I think about it, like, especially with women fashion in a professional sense, I think about, what was it, the 2008 presidential election?
I think that's right.
When Hillary Clinton ran the first time before she got, anyway, politics. Hillary Clinton has always gotten criticism for what she's worn.
Her hair.
For her hair, yes. Well, I can talk about hair, too. Pink hair, don't care. But Hillary has always gotten criticism for the pantsuits or just the commentary about the pantsuits and how masculine she's dressing. So then in 2008, then you had the opposite that happened with Sarah Palin entering in the conversation and the sexy librarian she was, and the commentary around her fashion choices there. So being too feminine, whatever that means, or too masculine, whatever that means, but the kind of the polar opposite. So as a woman, like, how do you dress? Do you dress too masculine? Or too feminine, or what do you do?
Can you even be in between? I don't.
What is?
Is there a right answer?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you wear in the pulpit? What do you think? You know, like, what do you wear? What do you wear in the pulpit on a Sunday, Megan?
I wear a robe at one of my churches, and then because I'm lazy and don't want to carry the robe from one church to the other and back again, I wear a jacket and a nice top, and usually a skirt because that's what I do.
That makes sense.
And then some pretty awesome boots. Just
you gotta have cute shoes.
Yeah,
it's all about shoes.
I robe for one service because it's a traditional service, and don't for the other because it's a contemporary service. But it's always that challenge of what do you wear? You know, that it's appropriate for people to see you in from the traditional service, but casual enough for the contemporary service. It's exhausting.
Yeah, I don't robe. Not for any deep theological reason. I came up with a deep theological reason.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. But no, I don't robe, so I wear whatever I feel like.
But here's the problem when you don't robe. Where do you put that mic pack?
It's still a problem when you do robe.
Well, sometimes you can put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
No.
Mic
packs.
Dress drive robes so that you'd have pockets and know how to do it.
I do, but still, where do you put it? Like,
yes.
I was just preaching for a friend, and he was like, here's your mic. And I was like, where do I put the mic pack? And he was like, on your belt. I'm wearing a dress. Where is the belt?
All dresses have belts.
Obviously.
Oh, wait.
And even if they have belts, they're little thin decorative things that
hold
don't
a mic.
support. They don't even hold up our pants. They hold up.
They just look cute.
Decorative.
Right. Yeah.
It's hard, and I don't think guys get that because they've never had to think about it. But there are times when I'm like in my office, shades drawn, like trying to like put my mic onto my bra strap because where else do you clip it that it's going to stay?
Yeah.
And then your mic's on all morning, and if you forgot to turn it on before you clip it on, guess what?
Someone else has to do it.
Or it doesn't work during service.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, how do you find someone to do that for you, too? Like, hey, nominations committee. That's awkward.
That's the worst job ever.
I'm sorry, I have to just discern that. Can I have a couple days to pray about this? If I'm willing to
pray
put
about-
the mic pack on your bra?
Who's appropriate to do that? Oh my
That sounds like a
gosh.
Might
safe
need to
sanctuary's
have-
problem too.
Right.
That is
boundaries
for real.
discussion.
Boundaries.
So I work with 2 other male pastors, and every week before we go into service, I'm in the little robe room, robing up, and I kind of check my makeup, and I'm putting on lipstick, and every week they're like giggling at me. I don't want to say giggling, they're dudes, but they're giggling at me.
Dudes can giggle.
Yes, and it's so annoying to me. It's like, guys, I've been here over a year. You get that I'm a woman. I wear the lipstick in the pulpit.
Shouldn't be surprising. At
Shouldn't
this
be
point.
surprising. Like, just stop it. And I think at this point they just do it because they know it bothers me, but
Yeah.
it's like the other brother I never wanted but got. Thanks, Mike. Called out on the blog.
Man. Yikes. I guess he's not clipping your mic.
No thanks. Moving on, Megan. Hey, we noticed that you're wearing a special priestly shirt. Priestessly shirt. Priestessly? Is that a word?
It's a collar.
Why, thank you, Megan.
You're welcome. It comes out. It's very comfortable when it's out. It's less comfortable when it's in. But it gives me mad respect. I walk into a hospital or a nursing home, and people are like, how can I help you? I walk in without the collar, without just a normal professional clothes, whatever that is that day. People are like, oh, you, okay.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah. Where can I direct you?
I don't think you're allowed to go into that room. Did you get permission?
Right.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love that because there are times when it would be nice if people just recognize you as clergy right away instead of you having to explain yourself.
Right. And
So I love that.
So again, same thing with the robe. Like, I don't have a deep theological reason why I don't wear a collar other than I haven't found anything cute. And so I really like yours. Yours is cute. So, I mean, like, I didn't know you could wear it in colors either. I thought they just had to be black and white.
No, I think, yeah, there's a whole lot of other colors. I like blue. I'm a blue person.
Cute.
So I will wear blue all
Can
the
you
time.
bedazzle it?
Melissa, you can do whatever you want with it. You have permission from me.
I bet you could find somebody to make you one out of like pink sparkly fabric.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
The world has just opened up. Mind blown.
Is there a color that you can't wear?
I think like purple, because isn't that like reserved for bishops, like Episcopal leaders?
I will not wear a purple one ever.
Until you're a bishop.
Nope.
Even then,
You
you're
say
not gonna
you
wear
say no now. We'll see.
No. So we're going to talk more about fashion.
She's like moving on. Moving on.
Let's do this. So what not to wear?
Ooh, yes.
I mean, it's like colors of clerical shirts. What don't you wear in the pulpit?
Okay, so at my church we have like a stage, and so I'm always very nervous about wearing a skirt that's short. I wear like tights or something underneath it because I don't want to have a whoopsies kind of moment.
I
knew you would have a story. Why did I know?
I mean, it was not a skirt issue. It was a top issue.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it happened one time, but
It only takes
it only
once.
takes
And it'll
one
never
time,
happen
and it'll
again.
never happen
Never
again.
happen again.
Never. Well, I hope it never happens again. I will
Pray
take
about that for you.
Me too. So then, question.
Yes.
Let's talk about cleavage, because
Oh,
we have
so
it.
hard.
Yes.
We do.
How much is too much?
Well, I don't ever seek to show cleavage as when I'm doing my pastor thing, or really just in my life period. But sometimes I've noticed, like even on our hashtag Pastor Bestie shows, shirts that I didn't think were showing cleavage shift, or I'm like, move it and there's cleavage. So
Yeah.
it's hard because maybe when you're getting dressed, you think this isn't showing cleavage.
And then life happens, and suddenly, bosoms.
We have them.
We do.
We're women.
Hashtag little lady pastors.
Oh, I still
She
hate that
just-
title. I still hate that title.
I got called a little lady pastor just this week, guys. She clearly doesn't watch hashtag Pastor Besties.
Maybe she did.
That's even worse.
Oh,
I just think in general it's hard to dress age appropriate. We're young, we're all in our early 30s, and it's hard to dress age appropriate when most professional clothes feel kind of old. Stuffy. I don't want to, that's not to be disrespectful, it's just not my style.
right.
So it's hard to find something that's appropriate but still reflects who I am,
Yeah. Yeah. And context is everything, too. Like,
Yes.
I was told in one church that I didn't dress professionally enough, which is probably true for that community. They couldn't tell me what that meant.
We want you to do this, but we don't know what that
Right.
means.
But we can't tell you how to do it.
Yeah, and I think it's because, honestly, they didn't know either. And so I left that place and came to another place, and they told me I dressed too formal and too professional. Like, nothing changed in between about my style, but the community did. So knowing your context is so important, and knowing what you're going to do for the day. I mean, like, you're not going to crawl around the floor with preschoolers wearing a short skirt.
That's not wise.
It's not.
And it's not good to show up at a hospital bed in jeans and a t-shirt like you would if you were going to play pumpkin games with middle school kids.
Right.
And it does depend on your context. I'm on staff in a larger church, and so we all kind of dress more professionally during the day. And so then I'll go to my covenant group, and Megan and I, we're in a covenant group together, and, I show up like dressed in, just more professional clothes, and Megan's in like jeans. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just it's our context because Megan doesn't have an office to go to. So she can wear jeans, and I'm really just sort of jealous of that.
So I think it's knowing your context, but it's also knowing who you are.
Yes.
And being confident in who you are, both as a human being and as a woman. Like knowing who you are and what your style is and how it reflects who you are. And then knowing your community and how those two things blend together, because that's because we're walking together, we're working together and doing the best that we can.
Right, and expectations are hard because people have them and you may not know them, so it's all about learning and growing together.
Yeah. So we want you to continue the conversation, as always, using the hashtag PastorBesties. So tell us your best fashion tips.
Ooh, yes, please.
Or your best fashion fails.
Ooh, even more yes,
Yes.
please.
If you have a place that you love to get clergy shirts from, or where you put the mic pack.
Where do you put it?
Share those things. And may you realize that you are more than what you wear.
Because you are more splendid than the lilies of the field, according to Jesus. It's in the Bible.
This was not the
Scripture
right,
reference!
that was not the right place to quote scripture, Nicole.
Like it. Because
That was the
clothed
third,
like
that
the
was the third
lilies
time
of the
we've
field.
quoted scripture, so
All right, sorry. Back to the benediction.
I'm going to benedict you properly now. May you know that God created you to be unique, wonderful, and just who you are, no matter what you wear.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Bye. Thanks, Megan.
Thank you for having me.